Dolphins fans, I hope you weren't expecting anything different than what we saw today. Now, I told you I'm done with my mourning because I already said that I was going to be mourning this team after they lost to the Tennessee Titans weeks ago. Weeks ago. So I'm not going to lose my temper too much. But a few friggin' things. We go out into the frozen tundra of Kansas City, and that's because we couldn't close out with a 3-game division lead with 5 games to go. We couldn't get it done once again. So we had to go on the road to Kansas City where the frickin' ice sheet is on the heated field and play a game. I told you there'd be at least one person with their shirt off. There were several, but that's beside the point. Bottom line is this defense, which is decimated, absolutely decimated, down 6 star players basically, down to the backup that they just signed off the couch. And Vic Fangio dials up a defense that I actually thought wasn't terrible. They weren't great, and they benefited from some drops from some guys because of the cold weather and the elements. But they held Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to mostly field goals for most of the game. And then surprise, surprise, even with Jalen Waddle back in the lineup, even with Raheem Mostert back in the lineup, our offense does absolutely nothing. The only play we have all game to get anything going on until the very end of the game, the whole game, is a touchdown pass. One touchdown pass on an underthrown ball to Tyreek Hill, who then makes a play and takes it into the end zone. The entire playoff game, that's all this vaunted number 1 explosive offense could muster. With playoffs on the line, that's all we could muster. This was a show me season, and what this team has shown me is they are the same damn team they've been for years. Oh, I don't want next year. Look, I'm coming down to South Florida. I'm going to games. I'm going back to the Jets game. I'm going to still be in this community. I'm still going to be talking. I'm still going to be having Phin-Addict Fury with Larry K. I'm still doing it all. But don't tell me about Super Bowls. Don't say you're saving guys for the games that matter. Don't say, I hope I'm not available for the Pro Bowl, because that's all BS. We've heard it before, and we've never seen it if we're my age. Let's deal with the absolute elephant in the room, and let's do it, and let's stop debating, because I'm sick of it. I'm done debating. Look at the game. Look at Patrick Mahomes scrambling, finding guys, making throws, staring down the face of blitzes and hitting guys, sometimes getting hit because our defense played their ass off as best they could. Fangio calling a good defense, hitting Mahomes more times than I thought he would have gotten hit. Look at Mahomes versus Tua. And that's all you have to do. Mahomes made plays with his feet and with his arm and with reads that Tua cannot and will not do. Tua just can't get it done. Now, McDaniel had some questionable play calls as usual, right? Raheem Mostert is running. He's putting us on his back. We're driving the ball. We're crossing the 50-yard line. And on 3rd and 2, McDaniel calls another screen. Which, by the way, though, Tua throws a bad ball to Raheem and we don't get the first down. But I still didn't like the call. It doesn't excuse the call. McDaniel had no answers, no innovation to deal with this weather. Unlike Fangio, who had a great plan to deal with the elements, the team, and the personnel he had, McDaniel really had no answers. I don't know if Raheem was being held out because he was a little bit dinged up, but not relying on Raheem much more in this game was absolute malpractice by Mike McDaniel. That being said, I don't want to hear these nonsense narratives, and I already know Big O's going to start with his crap as usual. Blaming McDaniel, putting everything on McDaniel, putting everything on the defense. Don't do it. With the injuries this defense had, this is the 2nd game in a row we saw the defense show up and play. And our quarterback, our elite franchise quarterback, couldn't do a damn thing. The one touchdown he had was underthrown. And by the way, the interception that he had early in the game where he threw it high and it was picked off, Waddle was open for a first down. Watch it on film. Waddle was open for a first down and Tua overthrew him egregiously for a pick. On the 4th down play after the bad screen call to Mostert, Tyreek Hill was open, but Tua waited too long to throw the ball, so by the time he threw the ball, the defender was draped over Tyreek Hill and was able to break up the pass. Go watch the film. It's on there. But you don't even need to watch the film to see it, because you can see it on the original broadcast. Wilkins, bad play at the end there, bad penalty, but the kid played his heart out. Here's what happened in this game. Pacheco got his touchdown at the end. He had a nice run early on when it was designed and scripted plays. But here's the fact of what happened today from an analytical football standpoint. Both teams said, we're going to line up, we're going to get in your face, and we're going to stop the run. The elements are here. We're going to make you throw to beat us. Your quarterback is going to have to show up in order to win this game. And one quarterback showed up with his feet and his arm, and one quarterback couldn't show up at all. Now, I'm not knocking Tua's character. I'm not knocking him as a human being. He's a great guy. He's made great strides. Can he still get better? I sure hope so. I hope he can improve, because I'm not sure this team's willing to move on from him. I don't expect them to move on from him. But he, as of right now, is not good enough to get it done. And I'm not going to have debates anymore with people who refuse to accept objective reality. I still like Tua. I hope Tua improves. I think he'll probably be the quarterback, but there is no excuse for what we saw down the stretch in the season as usual. And all last season, all we heard was, well, as long as Tua's healthy, we'll go as far as Tua takes us. As Tua stays healthy, we can go far. And now this season, it's going to be all those injuries. If we just stay healthy, if we sign a few players and stay healthy, blah, blah, blah. We're going into next season with a guy who has continually and consistently struggled in big games against good teams in the stretch when the season's on the line. We are going into the offseason with key players in AVG and Wilkins looking to probably walk. We are going into the offseason with guys like Phillips and Chubb probably injured till the end of next season. I don't have much reason to hope. And it's growing old. The new spin, the new narratives, all this tank for Tua, he's generational talent. He's going to change our franchise for years to come. I haven't seen it. I've seen some incremental improvements, and I've seen a head coach who is in over his head with play calling, it seems. He can design a great offense, and he's covered up the limitations and flaws of a limited quarterback. That's what I've seen. The way this season was lined up for us just a month ago, to end like this. And listen, it's one thing if we lose to Kansas City on the road, in the frozen tundra, playing this team who's got playoff experience, and we go down in a heartbreaker. That's one thing. That builds character. We went out absolutely boring, not doing a damn thing on offense, without any fight at all on the offensive side of the ball. The defense fought, but the game was never in doubt because they can only fight so much when Mahomes is driving the Chiefs into field goal range nonstop against a beleaguered and banged up defense, and our offense can't get a damn thing done, and our quarterback is basically a non-factor. And we can blame McDaniel for not relying on Raheem. We can blame McDaniel for not going to the run enough. We can do all that. But if you have to go to the run and you have to lean on Raheem, then that's admitting that your quarterback doesn't have what it takes to get it done when we need him to get it done the most. And that is a big problem. So look, bad luck this year, Dolphins. It sucks that we got all those injuries on defense. It sucks that we had some bad breaks and we wound up on the road. All of those things are bad luck and they suck. But we also have to point out the true deficiencies that are on this team. I'm sorry. And this is my final rant because it's the final game of this season. If you guys have not done so yet, if you watched me ever, whether you love me, hate me, just want to see what I'm going to say next, whatever it is, this is a channel for objective fans. I welcome all opinions. Leave them in the comments. I welcome everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Click it right here. Let's reach 1,700 subscribers by the end of tonight. Let's do it for the Dolphins. Even though we're suffering, let's do it for our love of the franchise and our community, which is a great fan community. Click subscribe. Let's get to 1,700 tonight. Join me on Monday. I'll be live on Monday with my weekly podcast. On Tuesday, we're doing Larry, Lucci, G, and Shake. G's going to have a rant. He already told me. So make sure you tune into that stuff. And all our new members who are subscribed to the channel as members, click join and become a member of this channel. It helps me get through the misery that I have to deal with as a Dolphins fan. You guys help me get through. You guys are the only reason I can still survive after being a fan of this team for so long. So click subscribe, join and become a member. You want to throw a super thanks, thanks, donate to the channel. Give me some beer money because I'm going to need it. I know I'm angry. I know I'm a little emotional. But it's another season that ends pretty much the same way, and I'm getting exhausted with it. I love this team. I love the guys on it. I love the character of the guys. I love the fan base. I love all of you guys. Fury fam, you're all my people. But this is getting tough to take. This is getting tough to take. Patrick Mahomes, he showed again why he's elite, even in frozen weather, even with the defense coming after him, even with guys dropping balls, he finds a way to get it done. When are we going to find the people who find a way to get it done? I don't know. Please click subscribe. Let's smash the subscribe record on this channel. I think our biggest subscription night was maybe 50 to 70 people. Let's smash that. Let's blow that out of the water. Let's show everybody that Dolphins fans, despite getting beat, help channels grow and stick with themselves. Fury fam all day. Let's smash every record by clicking subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Fins up. Even though it pains me to say it sometimes, Larry K out.